I don't care. Put millions on me, and you can take it home with you.
Out, man.
Look, man, I'm just telling you, like, this is just how these guys think. Like, you're so stuck on like 10 women or whatever. Look, guys that have money a lot of times or have status, they're gonna have multiple women. I'm just being honest about it. Most guys are not monogamous.
It's never happened to me.
You think your guy never cheated on you?
Never. Never, baby. You can put him on this camera right now. Never. Why would he have a reason to cheat on me? I never gave him a reason.
Let's trust the guy that beats on women. His word matters, right?
He never cheated on me.
If he was punching you, I promise he was fucking other bitches.
Yo,
I promise you.
You can
are
promise
single.
me
That's
all
not a
you
person
want,
of
but
good
you
high
never
moral
did.
character. That's
Yeah.
not a person
Yeah,
of high moral
like,
character.
sorry, say.
If you're punching women,
Yeah.
bruh, you are absolutely on some other bullshit.
Yeah, sorry.
If you think he was being, oh, you know what? I draw the line at cheating. But come over here. Get the fuck out of here, man. Then they can Ryu and Ken at once.
Listen.
Hit him with the Hadoukens and all that. Hold up, I don't want the bitches.
But it's like, be like, just be real, man.
Be real, bro. Like, come on, man.
Oh, what?
shit.
You triggered or what?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, because
No,
you like
I'm not triggered. I'm just looking for a time check. That's all.
Oh, Tom, because you're triggered.
I'm not triggered, honey. You
Yes,
told me
you are,
12:30 and we
love.
drove 3 hours.
Oh,
so-
12:30. Yeah, hey, you know what, girls? It's 2 o'clock almost.
Is it really?
Yeah, leave.
I'm missing the club tonight.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
club.
oh,
Oh, yeah,
you
club. All right, who else?
Look, honestly,
Come on.
This has been
you
a
guys
fun
are gonna
summer.
get you guys are getting the best advice
watch
ever
tomorrow.
Yeah,
right now.
Listen, can we
Well,
go
the
over these
best
questions
advice,
in the bin?
honestly.
All right, you know what the bin?
Okay.
Yeah.
What, Ben?
Oh, wait,
Oh, yeah, that's what we're
yeah.
supposed to do before, right?
All right, fine. You know what,
Yeah.
girls? Maren, finish, and then girls.
No, I'm
question.
good. She just like stuck at the 10 girls thing. Like that's what triggered her. Not you, your buddy over here.
It's fine, bro. All
She's
right,
so
girls.
mad about the 10 girl thing.
I'm not mad about
Look.
anything. You live your life.
I think she
couldn't even listen to an
didn't know.
analogy.
Into
She
the mic,
didn't
please.
understand. I think it
But,
was a miscommunication.
To the mic.
I think it was a miscommunication because she thought when you didn't say monogamous, whatever.
Monogamous?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
But
When she still kept bringing up these 10 guys or 10 girls, whatever,
Yep.
and
they're-
she didn't know that you were just talking about an individual. She wasn't trying to understand that it was probably just an individual and not 10 people. She needs to take the 10 person out of the consideration.
Well, no,
But either way-
the premise is basically I'm not going to be monogamous to one woman. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
But
I
are you
think-
treating them
That's your life
nicely though?
choice.
Like, are they when they're with you? Are you treating them out?
No,
They
they're in
all
fucking
know?
dungeons.
Okay,
like,
exactly, so then they're
I'm
happy.
tracking them.
So then they're happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And you want to know why they're even more happy? Because I'm upfront. I tell them I'm not
So are
going to be
you a sugar
monogamous.
daddy?
No. What the fuck?
No,
Never.
No.
why do you? I thought you didn't want a
Dungeons,
sugar daddy
like-
though.
Yeah. It's
How do you
Dungeon
keep
Daddy.
up with 10 women then?
Dungeon Daddy.
Put that on the shirt.
Dungeon Daddy. Look. I don't have like 10 girlfriends like you guys think. I have girls that I deal with, whatever. If she passes her vetting phase, then I date her seriously for a bit. Most girls don't make the vetting phase, so I don't take them seriously like that. They just
Oh, okay.
So you
Girls.
haven't found the person that you want to deal with and actually make the change for either.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna change for a woman ever. Ever. That's the worst thing you can do is change for a woman.
facts.
I mean, what if you say this now? I mean, you don't. First of all, you don't change for a woman.
Okay.
You change to become a better version of you.
I'm doing that by myself already.
Right. So
That's why she
okay,
was
so-
attracted to me in the first place.
But
Babe.
then, what if you find someone? You're saying this now, right? And you're not married, right?
Nope.
Okay, so
Nope.
what happens if you find someone
Who?
along the path that inspires you to change?
What? Change for
That-
what though?
Change for what? Have like not
To
have
be-
multiple girls?
Yeah.
I don't know, something that happened. Yeah,
Like,
I guess
what?
not have multiple girls or to change.
Not?
All right, let me be
something.
very blunt about this.
Yeah.
We don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't negotiate with women over here. I don't look at women as equals. I look at them as subordinates. The
Oh,
boss
shit.
doesn't listen to what the employee thinks. Your employee, you work for me or not. This is a prestigious law firm. You do what I
Okay.
say. This is my code of conduct. I don't
Okay.
fucking change for women ever.
But most women are turned on by that. That's why they want the 1%
Precisely.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is why I will never change.
Oh, okay.
That's why we
Women.
want the
Okay.
1%. You see me?
I don't negotiate with women ever.
You don't.
Negotiating with women is futile. It will lead you to problems.
Yo.
Like she sits here and says, "Oh, you shouldn't have 10 girlfriends," blah blah blah. But the reality is, she doesn't want this equality
So
that she's
wait.
claiming.
Is she single? Single?
And I don't mean to
But-
blame you, to insult you, but this is the female paradigm. Did you notice that she was arguing for equality, but at the same time, I was making points that she doesn't want to be equal? Did you notice that during that conversation?
Facts.
I mean,
She literally got
wasn't
mad at me
really
for
listening.
practicing. She said, I said I don't
Practicing
respect women
what
as
she's
equals.
preaching.
She went into a whole argument about why she thinks she's equal, and then I said presented facts where you actually don't want to be equal. She's like, "You're right, I don't want to be equal." I'm like, "So what are you arguing then?" That is female mindset.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking is I like to read. Like I like to read comments. I like to read in general.
Books, yeah.
Okay.
So
Good book is called My Struggle
Yeah.
in German.
Oh.
Okay. Jeff,
We're comedians.
how do you feel about what he's saying?
We're comedians. Jeff, you
How
don't.
do you-
Jeff, don't answer that.
Because-
Jeff, don't answer
because-
that. Jeff, don't answer that.
Oh my
Jeff,
God.
we're comedians. We're
Why would
comedians.
you do
We're
this to me
comedians.
on this live?
Because
Oh my
We
God.
are comedians.
No, because we have
This is a
like two
comedy skit?
sides.
All
We
right.
have two
No,
sides
so
of the
I'll
spectrum, right?
actually answer.
We have a happily married man.
Yeah, I'll
and
actually-
then a single man that has a lot of women that he deals with.
Yeah, I'll actually answer. Number one, he's absolutely right that it's important for a man not to continually try to change and adjust for a woman because a
Correct.
lot of times they actually end up losing respect for that man
Okay.
because they start to see he's malleable. That I can make him do what he wants. I can make him do what I want based on my feelings and emotions. They want a man that's going to be a leader, even when her emotions are good or bad. He knows what to do. So that's the first issue. Number two, that story that I gave in regards to the 70 plus women that were matching with me when I was just traveling.
Okay.
That's the reality of the market. That's the reality of the market, and it was created like that because as women started to continue to work, their desires and expectations for men went up. Now you have ladies like Sunshine over here saying they want a 1% man, and a lot of you are talking and behaving as if you want a top 1, 5, 10% man. You all are effectively in the 90%.
But what?
Just to clarify, just hear me clearly.
Yeah.
The person that's in the 90% doesn't have a lot of negotiating power over the person that's in the 1%.
Have you?
Remember,
like, how do
men
you
and
know
men.
that?
How do we know that?
How do you know that?
How,
Are you talking about the people here or just in
yeah,
general?
okay, the people here and the people in general.
And what?
And how do we know this? Because of the attraction triggers. What you want and what I want are two totally different things. You want someone general, or maybe not you specifically, but everybody else at the table wants somebody that's taller than them. I would ideally want somebody that's shorter than me. You may want somebody that's stronger than you. I don't want to be dating a female bodybuilder. You may care about his money. I don't care about your money. So the reality is, when you keep trying to have these, well, what about men and the equal this and equal that?
But
Nothing that we're looking at, nothing
Maybe
that
it's
we're
not-
before you respond, because as you're listening,
Mhm.
instead of trying to engage to get ready to say the next part, realize what's being said.
Ooh.
Every
Okay.
point that's being made from here, here, and here is often about how things aren't equal and how things aren't fair.
Right.
The entire time, no matter how Myron has tried to explain it, even if I've said it in my professional way, there's a reason why it's not equal and it feels that way. It wasn't equal 5, 8 years ago when you were getting more attention than you ever could and I could barely get any.
Dick.
Okay? So you have a run where things are going to be more in your advantage.
Okay.
That happens for us after 30.
Yep.
So everything you're
Pussy.
attracted to and I'm attracted to are often the opposite.
Why does it happen before you're 30? And also,
Because
okay, you
but-
say
and
it's
I'll-
the opposite, but
I'll
it could be-
pause right there and slow down right there. Why would I say that? Because an 18-year-old female and an 18-year-old male does not get the same attention in the dating market, right?
Why?
Everybody is. If you ask why, it's quite obvious. Because your main product that's being offered to the market is what? Your youth and your beauty. An 18-year-old man, for most women in society, 25, 35, 45, 55, do they want an 18-year-old man?
No.
No.
Even
Hold
if
on.
he's handsome, they don't
He
want
Even
him.
has
if he's
nothing.
handsome. Flip it. Take the same exact example. An 18-year-old woman. Would a 25-year-old want to deal with her? Would a 35-year-old potentially want to deal with
Yeah.
her? So what we're saying is our attractions are different. What we're drawn to is different. Everything that we're looking for in each other. So when you're talking about your money, what's equal, what's fair, it ain't. And that's why.
No.
And the women who get it, the women who understand the difference, they were taught, they were trained, or they did what you said you were so good at earlier, the ability to observe and adjust.
Right.
If you have great observation skills, you should start screening out and looking at the women in your life, the women you follow on social media, and seeing, are they having the outcomes I want? Versus the women who are wives, or like many of you have said, this is what I want.
Well,
I would suggest you surround yourself with those types of women and start being influenced with them. Because rather than if you're arguing with men on a platform about what men want, that lets you know how far off you are.
yeah. I'm not arguing
But-
about.
Now, I'm saying that I'm not saying that as a direct shot to any of you.
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
saying if you're going back and forth with men about what men want, and if a millionaire is telling you and a non-millionaire is telling you,
I mean, like
We all think the same,
Okay,
regardless of
well,
income level.
okay.
We really do all think
I
the same.
think-
that's it.
I think
No, I
that
think so.
everybody wants different things, and
Oh,
I
there you go.
think
Majority of women want a man that's
Yes.
taller than them. A majority of women want a man that makes a good amount of money. A majority of women want a man that's very charismatic, that can hold a conversation. So
Okay.
although everybody may want unique, specific things, there's general things that both sexes tend to want. The majority of men want a woman that's attractive. Majority of men want a woman that's not gonna keep talking back. That's
Yep.
not gonna keep trying to get the last word.
Look,
Well, I
That's-
think
people are not
that's
as
the
special as
reality
you
of it.
I think
think.
you
People are
just-
looking for the same general things in a partner.
Yes.
okay.
This is
Can
getting
I
way
say
too-
what I'm trying to say?
All
There you go.
What I'm trying to say is,
Hey, Joe.
yes, things are not equal, but they can complement each other.
Agreed.
If a man wants a woman that's shorter, the woman probably wants a man that's taller.
Yeah.
Who,
Okay.
mine?
And other things like that you already mentioned. The
Mhm.
woman is going to want the opposite or something that complements that. So what are we looking for? Are we looking for just looks? Are we like what are we in relationships for?
Looks
in the
is just
first
a
place?
starting point.
I think
Like
this is
what
a
are we in
confusion though.
relationships
Looks
in
is
the
just the-
first place?
looks
What
is
is
just
the
the
point
initial
of a
track.
relationship?
The
If that's
looks
what
is
we're
just it's
talking
just what
about.
gets your foot in the door.
I think the conversation
That's it.
actually got diverted. I think the whole point of this conversation is if you're looking for a husband, then you're
Mhm.
not looking for the one percenter. If you're looking for a man to marry, then stop looking for the one percenter. Because if you're looking for a one percenter, you're gonna look to deal with certain things that you're just not ready to deal with. Look for a man that you want to marry. Find what is in your range that you're
There's-
willing to
there's-
deal with
there's
and
one
that
problem.
you want.
and I
then
don't
do
mean
that.
to. I know we're running on time, but when you say women don't want to look for the 1%, they shouldn't.
They don't
what
need
she,
to.
What
Why do
she
you need to be
just
a
gave,
1%?
what Sunshine just gave, is a guy that makes 80K, and is 5'10".
You're picking one
And that's
person.
above the average American income.
But what I'm saying is
But the man needs to make more than me, and I make nearly that. So like,
I mean,
at least
what I'm-
80K.
yeah. So
Then
what
you
I'm
No,
would-
no one is
yeah.
shitting on your standards.
no,
No,
Fine.
no.
He's simply saying, because you're being delusional about this, most women want what she wants.
Yeah.
If not
Correct.
more.
But then you have to, as a woman, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, is what I'm wanting or asking for even what I want?
Oh.
Because if you're
well, that's
gonna
using
say,
your brain, and most women don't do that.
okay, but if you're
unfortunately.
then you're wasting your time and your life. And
I wish
and
more of them thought this
honestly,
way. But as you can see during the course of this conversation,
But
a
if
lot of
you're a
women are
high-
You're trying to
retarded.
put the mirror
No
up
offense.
right now in this
no,
conversation.
but as a high earning woman, most men want a high earning. Like most men who are married, if you look at the median income in the household, they're married to wives who make almost the same amount.
We
of
don't give a
money.
fuck
So
about
it's-
your income, man.
No.
Holy shit! So you
No.
still got the feminist propaganda
No.
plugged in you. Like
No,
they
no,
don't.
I'm not
If
saying
you
that
lost your
you're
job
the-
tomorrow, your guy would not give a fuck. He would
No,
not
no,
care.
no. I'm not saying as a one percenter you wouldn't, but what I'm saying is a guy who makes 80K, who's an engineer and has a wife who's a nurse, who's also making close to the same amount of
He
income.
never
that
made the
makes sense
decision to
him.
date her, deal with her,
Yeah,
have
bro.
sex
Oh,
no,
with
no,
her.
I'm not
Hold on,
saying
just-
that.
no, but
I'm not
that's the
saying
point
that.
I'm making. So you almost have to stop referencing women's money to understand men's perspective. Your money means nothing.
Take
If
the
my
money
wife-
out of the question.
Yeah. If my wife lost her job today,
Thank you.
that would not change my feelings about her now or 6 months from now. If I lost my job today, 6 months from now, she gonna start scratching.
Yep.
Really starting to reevaluate if this is the guy for me long term, and that's a totally normal thing.
And healthy too.
Just by default of the fact that typically what you're actually speaking to is couples where both parties tend to make more money, especially the higher up they go in income, the less likely they are to divorce. That doesn't have any bearing on why it is he chose to stay with her. It just so happens that people who tend to make really great decisions economically, financially, and if they get together and make it past, I think it's 5 or 7 year period, they're statistically much better at staying long term than people where one person's making a certain amount and the other person's making nothing, or both people are broke.
But I'm
That's
saying
all that
the
means.
original
But
point
the
of
reason why he's staying with her, the reason why he's with her, has nothing to do with her money. As long as if we can establish that, then that will re-change. Because remember, you're giving advice from something you haven't done and haven't experienced yet. You haven't counseled married couples. You are not married. So when you're putting things out on the internet, over a microphone in front of other women who aren't even having what you have right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying
You
to
have the
tell
privilege of a higher earner.
Yeah, what I'm saying
No,
is,
no, I'm not speaking out of privilege. I'm
I'm-
speaking out of the origin of the conversation
Yeah.
got diverted. So we were talking about basically women being delusional and wanting a high percent earner and
Yeah.
not being able to get that because their standards are all fucked up, and then they're like, oh, I want a high percent earner, but I don't want to deal with what comes with that. That was like that was the basis of the conversation. So I was
Fair,
leading back to that.
fair. But
I'm
in
just
regards
saying
to
the
your second
conversation
piece,
got diverted.
yes, and I agree. And but back to your second piece, ladies, you can work if you want to work. You can get whatever job you want to make as much money as you want. But when you saw the calculator that shows you very clearly how hard it is to find that man, I'm just basically suggesting if you find him,
I want to know what the 1% woman is.
if it doesn't exist,
cares?
it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist because you're not a 1% woman unless you're with a 1% man. Do you ladies understand that a woman is trying to take a man's last name? Your identity doesn't matter. Your career doesn't matter. Your background doesn't matter. All that matters is, can you get an attractive guy and have a family?
Yeah.
That's what matters. That's a woman's legacy. No one says,
My
oh
parents
man, what
have
was her career? What did she do? Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. A man's last name carries on, not a woman's, for a reason. And you all
Kobe.
want to take that man's last name.
Jay-Z?
My mom didn't take my dad's last name, and they've been together and very much in love.
Is
for as
that-
long
is
as I
that-
can
Rare
remember.
situation, almost never
Yeah.
fucking happens.
Yeah.
How old is your mom?
Yes.
She's
yeah,
45.
Comes from a different era. Women aren't doing that shit no more. They're not making it work with a guy that, oh, whatever. Like, women want a guy who's superior in every way. Does your dad make more money than her? Or at least in the beginning?
I just don't ask those questions either. That's
Okay.
You should.
There's got to be some dynamic
Why?
as to why they've been lasting for so long.
Like,
But
Shaq.
in general, look,
I've
your,
seen that they're very
your
much in love,
situation is a
so-
rare situation, but women want to typically get married and take a man's last name. No one cares about a woman's last name. We don't take women's last names on. You guys want to take our last name on, which means you need to go ahead and find a guy that's better than you to take on that last name so you can be proud. No one cares about a woman's career. I'm sorry. It does not affect your ability to find a man. You lose your job tomorrow, Rolls Royce guy ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
Okay? Guy that you're with, you decide to go and say, I don't want to work no more, he's probably not going to leave you.
Done.
Right? Your guy.
Yep.
You ladies, you can work at McDonald's, you guys will still be able to find dates.
Yep. Right?
No, it's not changing your ability to
Right.
find a guy. But ours is. So this whole concept of like all
Bro, done, bro.
right, man. All right.
All right.
Whose question is this one? I don't know.